One more thing, and then we will let you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
the cremation problem many times comes down to being a financial problem.
Okay, excellent
So when
point.
we talk about the Chevra Kadisha taking more responsibility for this means we should be having bake sales or raffles too, because that is many
Let
times...
me put it to you this way.
The burial is buying the papers.
We are working on a number of things, we'll leave it at that, that will hopefully help with that. I will tell you there are probably a dozen cases where we have brought bodies from Florida to be buried in Hebrew-free burial in New York, because they will do the burial for nothing.
Wow.
The only thing you need to cover is the flight and the cost of pickup at the hospital here. But we have taken people to New York, especially people who didn't have family, where they were buried. They will even bury, Hebrew-free burial will even bury in a grave in New York that this person might own, as long as you cover the cost of the flight and the cost of the grave opening. But they will pick up all of the funeral home cost, okay, in Florida. And we are actually looking to develop a model like Hebrew-free burial in South Florida. We are talking about that. That is what we have committed to, and Rabbi Yaakov Lyons is heading up the project. So, together with us, but that is, so if you know someone who would be willing to support this type of a thing, we could use the support. But I think in any case, I will tell you that in New York, the vast majority of people who are cremated are not being cremated for financial reasons. The funeral home that does the largest number of cremations among all of our funeral homes that we service 12, is the funeral home in Great Neck, which is the wealthiest community that we service. They do the highest rate of cremation, which is 30% in our area. Here in Florida, it's way above that. In California, it's way above that. In Texas, it's way above that. But 30%, Rabbi Lyons just sent me an email a couple of days ago. It says that there was a recent study, 2013 in Palm Beach County, 49.4% of people were cremated. It's not Jews only, it's everyone, but I can promise you that Jews have a very close ratio. It's not uncomfortable. It's not different. And there's a very high percentage of Jews that are there. And we have to realize, you know, it recently struck me, there was a story about more like a half a year ago, about some nut in Cleveland who had a couple of women that he was enslaved, and who he enslaved in his basement, okay? And I remember hearing people who were very liberal, you know, liberals with a capital L, okay, who said this guy should have capital punishment. Now, we don't believe in capital punishment, but this guy deserves to be killed. You know, there's nothing better for him. He deserves death. Why? Because the thought of enslaving somebody for years, okay, is a terrible thing. And it struck me that what we call Jews who are secular are tinoko chanishma. They are basically captured and enslaved children who just don't have any knowledge. They were taken from the Jewish people and our religion and all of our understanding of life and our faith and our beliefs at a young age. They were captured and they don't know anything. So it struck me that here are God's children that have been captured and technically spiritually enslaved for thousands of years. For hundreds of years, or dozens of years, whatever it is. Certainly 100 years in America. It's been since the Jews have really begun to move away from any knowledge of Yiddishkeit. Okay? But it doesn't really, no one feels that way. No one feels like here are captive children. But that's really what they are. They're just captive to a secular society. It's different. No one is holding them what appears to be against their will. But the fact is, that's what they are. So we need to do whatever we can do. That's the bottom line. If there's a relative or a cousin or a neighbor or a co-worker or someone we just know, ask the question. Do whatever you can to encourage it. We'll be there to help you to explain it, by the way. I'll tell you